Welcome to LinVault. Today we're going to be talking about how to get a Windows version of a game running on Steam in Linux. Now the reason you might want to do this is because although Steam works in Linux and is officially supported now, not every game has an official Linux release. So for today's example, we're going to be using Cuphead, and I've installed Steam on my Linux distribution. I'm using Debian 10.10, but this should work on any modern version of Debian, or any Debian-based distribution, or any Red Hat-based distribution. Basically, when I installed Steam, I didn't do anything special. I just went to the Steam website and installed it from the binary package. So you just go to the Steam website and select Install Steam, and I went ahead for this example, and I went ahead and installed Cuphead, the Windows version of Cuphead, by just clicking Install here where it now says Play. In some cases, instead of saying Install, this button will be grayed out if there is no Linux version of the game. In that case, you would do the same thing here. You would just install the game after the fact. Basically, you would do there's two steps. You install the game, and then you do the extra tweaks, and then the game runs. Basically, if this button here says, if it's grayed out rather than saying install, then you just do these two steps in opposite order. In the case of Cuphead, it will let you download and install the game, but then when you hit play, this happens. Okay, so basically we have an error here that says it's trying to run DirectX, which it can't do because DirectX is Windows software and we're not running Windows. So in order to fix this problem, what we need to do is tell it to use the Proton module within Steam in order to emulate the aspects of DirectX that it needs in order to run the game. And so to do that, we go over here to the list, and we right-click Cuphead, and we go down to Properties, and we click that, and then we go to Set Launch Options first, and I've already copied the launch option that I'm going to add to my clipboard, so we're going to hit Control-V and paste that there. I'm going to put this in the description to the video, so if you can't read that, don't worry about it. Basically what this says is Proton use wine D3D11 equals 1. Basically what this environment variable here is doing is it's telling Steam to use the Proton emulator and to enable emulation for DirectX 11. You'll see this portion here of the environment variable 11 is the version of DirectX that we want to run. So if we wanted to run DirectX 10, you would just change that to a 10. But in this case, we want to run DirectX 11, so we'll set that and click OK. And then you need to go down here to Force Use of Specific Steam Play Compatibility Tool. And what this is doing is it's asking us which version of the Proton module we want to use. Now, in most cases, you're going to want to use whatever the most current version of the Proton module is. At the time this video is recorded, Proton 4.2-9 is the most current version. So we'll leave that the way it is, and we'll go to Close. And oh, there's one more thing. I'm going to go back real quick. One more thing I forgot to set. Now this is not entirely crucial, but it's just kind of a safeguard to avoid having any problems. So there's a this section here that says use BPM overlay. You want that enabled. What BPM short for big picture mode, and basically what big picture mode does is it locks the game in full screen mode and keeps you from accidentally entering key presses outside the game window. If that's not enabled on a lot of Linux games, then your controller will accidentally send key presses, or your keyboard will accidentally send key presses to other applications, and the game will mess up in the middle of what you're doing, and you don't want that to happen. So you can set that to forced on, and we're going to click close. And now when we hit play, it should work. And there you go. Now the screen capture is skipping right now, but trouble running. And there's one other thing. I mentioned earlier that in some cases, when you try to install a game, this right here will not say download or install. It'll just be grayed out. In those instances, like, let's say for example, I already have it installed, but Mega Man is one of those games. Like if I was trying to install Mega Man, this would just be grayed out instead of saying install. In that instance, you would just right click and go to properties and do all the other things that I just showed you what to do earlier. And then when you're finished with that, then this would say download or install, and you would just click that. It would download and install the game just like it would in Windows, and then everything should work properly. So that's it for this video. I hope that was helpful to somebody. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.